Okay, let's start. So we were in the module 6 actually. So I'm just waiting for the recording to start. Has the recording started? Yeah, someone please respond. Okay. I hope you can see my screen, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we were speaking about the physical evidence, that is the seventh P of 7 P's of services marketing. So first four you already know, and the last three are people, process, and physical evidence. So under that we saw what is physical evidence. Now we are coming to servicescape. So servicescape, what is servicescape? It is part of physical evidence only. So you can see here organizations, physical facility, as well as other forms of tangible communication. Elements of the physical servicescape that affect customers include both exterior attributes and interior attributes. So we have discussed this, the exterior and the interior, what all are there. So in the exterior, the appearance, how it looks from outside, so whether it is good looking, painted well, the signages are good or no. So all this come under exterior attributes, and interior attributes, the equipments that they are using. In case of a restaurant, it is like tables, chairs, whether it is clean or not. Okay, what kind of plates they are using, cutlery. So all these come under the interior attributes. Okay, so servicescape, it is the physical facility as well as the other forms of tangible communication to the customer, in what way the service is being given to the customer. Okay, next is type of servicescapes. So categorizing service organizations on two dimensions that capture some of the key differences that will affect the management of the servicescape. We are having two types, that is, one is servicescape usage and the servicescape complexity. Okay, so what is servicescape usage? So usage is how well or how the servicescape is used. So you already know what is servicescape, the things that you see, feel, and touch inside and the outside of the place where you are basically providing the service to your customers. So how it is used? Okay, so organization differs in terms of whom the servicescape will affect, that is, who actually comes into the service facility, and thus the potential influence by its design, customers or the employees, or both, whether it is both the customers as well as the employees who are coming in that servicescape using the physical things to provide the service, or it is just the customers who are coming in, or the employees, or both are there. So this is very important to know. In the coming slides I'll be giving you some examples of the servicescape usage. Okay, in what way it is used. So basically first we need to make sure that whether it is being used by only the customers, only the employees, or both. Both the people are coming and utilizing the servicescape or not. So these come under servicescape usage. So here we are having three things. So first I'll discuss both the extremes and then the middle one. So in the first one, it is servicescape usage. First one, self-service. So self-service. So if you go to restaurant, you might have seen self-service boards over there. It's a buffet or so. So what is self-service? You as a customer using the facility over there, the service key. That is self-service. So only the customer is using. So I can give you the example like ATMs. So what you do, you go into an ATM, you are having a ATM card, you yourself do all the things and get the money. So there is no other person. So in case if you require that the security will help you in some of the things, but most of the work is done by you. Even if the security is not there in many ATMs, you go in, you punch in all the things in the system and you are getting the amount. So in many places car wash. So in India it is still like okay, you need to go and drop your vehicle for car wash and all. So in many countries it is just a equipment which will be set up, and you need to go pay using direct money or your credit card or debit card, and you have to use the system over there and get your car cleaned and move off. So there is very less or no intervention of other people from the service provider side will be there. So that is what we are saying, self service. Okay, ATM, car washes, water park, in most of the places where different slides and all are there. So if it's a very huge one, there will be people who will be guiding you just, and you are the person who is basically sliding. So in water bodies, if you are going, yes, there are very few people just to safeguard you, and they'll not help you much. Okay, if you are drowning or something, they'll come and help you to come out of the water. Other than that, it is you who is basically getting all the work done over. So that is self-service. And the other end, remote service. Only employees will work, or few intervention, where very less intervention from the customers, and most of the work is done by the employee himself. So example would be telecommunications. So if you want to do something, like if you want to call your friend, what you do, you just dial the particular number and you directly get connected. But you would never do the work like in between, so where it goes, which tower it goes, whether it is being connected or not. Previously there used to be a person who used to connect the landlines and all. Okay, they used to ask where you want to go, so where you want to basically speak to. So if you say Delhi, they used to connect to Delhi. It used to go there, then in Delhi they used to ask whom you want. So then further connection used to be done. So what you have to do is you have to only dial a number and tell them whom you need to speak earlier. Now at least if you're dialing a number, directly it goes to that particular person itself. So whatever back-end work is done, it's done by the company and not by you. Your work is just to dial and speak. So similarly with the insurance company, so what you are doing, you are picking a particular insurance, you are talking to a person, and you are basically paying the premiums. Other than that, you are not doing anything. Okay, so where the money goes, where it is being invested, how they are generating income and all, that's not your headache. Okay, that is what is employee service. All the work or most of the work is done by the employees. What you are doing is just paying the premium in terms of insurance, in terms of communication, telecommunication, you're just dialing the numbers, and everything is done back end, and your work is done. And in between these, okay, service scape usage, you already know, employees and customers. So self-service environment and remote service, we just completed this, in which customer, in self-service, in which where the customer performs most of the activities. Remote service, little or no customer involvement. And the last one is the interpersonal services. It is between both the ends, that is where self-service and remote service, we are having interpersonal service, where both customers and employees are required. Okay, it is placed between the two extremes and present situation, in which both the customer and the employer are present and active in the service scale. So here examples would be hotels or restaurants. If you go there, what happens? You are ordering food to a person who is coming and taking the order. He is getting made of those recipes what you tell him, then he will get and he will deliver it to you. You eat, right? Even both the parties need to be there in a hotel or a restaurant. Next, health clinic. You need to be there. The doctor need to be there. He needs to diagnose you. Then prescription should be done. The next one more example would be bank. If you go to a bank, the service provider is there, you are there, you are talking to him what facilities you need or for what you are there, to deposit money or to get take out the money or some other things if you are there. So both of the people need to be there in a bank to get that particular service done. Okay, again one more example, interpersonal, airlines. If you want to travel, you need to be there, the plane need to be there, the support staff need to be there, and at the time of the flight you need to go there, board the flight, then you need to reach your destination. So the examples are hotels, restaurants, health clinic, hospitals, banks, airlines. So these all are the examples of interpersonal services. Okay, then next comes the service complexity. So the previous ones all come under service usage, and next is service complexity. Some service environments are very simple with few elements, few spaces, and few pieces of equipment. Such environment are called as lean environment. Okay, such things are called as lean environment. So here, uh,
Sir,
yeah, yeah.
somebody's are waiting outside, sir.
Some people are waiting. Okay, let's see. Okay. So have they joined? Hope so. All have joined. No, there is no one who is waiting. Fine. We just saw. Okay, talking about the complexity. Before the usage, in terms of usage, we saw. Now it is in terms of the complexity of usage. Okay. Okay, students, can you see the screen, the PPT? Yeah, someone answer. Can you see the
Yes,
PPT?
sir.
Yeah. Okay. So I was talking about the usage first, like how it is being used. Three ways. One is only the customer, only the employees, and both need to be there. So these are the three scenarios. In case of service scape complexity, there is it is less complex or more complex, simple or complex. You can take in this way. So where you are having very simple and few elements, few spaces or few pieces of equipment, we call these as lean. That means very few things are there for you to do. Example is ATM. So what is there in a ATM? There is only one single machine where you are looking into the screen. If buttons are there, if you are pressing buttons, or you are tapping on the screen, and your work is done. So there is only one equipment kept, one or two basically. Now there are cash deposition machines also, CDMs. So if you want to deposit, you can go there, or there are multi-purpose machines. So both can be done in a single machine where you can put the money as well as take out the money from those particular machines. So similarly, car wash, there are few buttons you need to press for how long, what kind of wash you want, what kind of car it is. That's all. The rest it is taken care by pre-programmed things are there which they take care. So all this come under lean. Okay, there are some service environments which are bit complicated. Okay, so these are termed as elaborate environments. So, for example, if you are having a hospital with many floors or many rooms, or these are there like in big hospitals, if you go, you will get lost. You need help of somebody to reach the ward or your targeted place, basically. Or even it could be the room where the patient is being treated. There are multiple instruments kept which you may not know, heart rate monitors, we are having heart rate monitors, we are having BP machines, we are having heart support equipment. So all these things are there. So which we may or may not know or could be complicated to use. So it is the people who are there who come and use it for you, or they make use of that and treat you well in hospitals. Okay, so these are the two scenarios in terms of complexity, where it is simple, where it is complex. Simple few equipments where you can use directly, complex many equipments, and very difficult to operate by the customer himself. So there is a person who helps him get that particular service. Okay. Next is strategic roles of the service scape. The service scape is frequently one of the most important elements used in the positioning a service organization. So what are the roles of service scapes? First is package. So what do you mean by package? Take an example of a normal product. If directly product is given, yes, few people accept it, or you will say there is no cover for it. So you are looking for a package, a box, a plastic wrap, or something like that. So similarly, service scape works as a package for the service. Why? Because service is done which is intangible, but the tangible things which are around it work as a package. Okay, so if the package is looking good, you are attracted. Like in terms of a restaurant, if you see good lighting and very good signage and other stuff outside where it is looking good, so you feel that okay, I need to enter this particular restaurant, it feels good. So similarly for service it is the same. Gave you the example of the restaurant. Like a product, the package is around it, and for a service we are having the service kit which works as the package for the service that you are providing. Next is facilitator. So what is facilitator? You are having some equipments which are there for your helping. Like for example, again take the restaurant. You go in, you need to have chairs and tables, you need to have cups, saucers, you need to have plates, and you need to have other whatever necessary things there for you to enjoy. So it works as a facilitator. You can feel, see, and touch. It is helping you, it is facilitating you to get the better usage of the service that you are being provided by the provider, right? Second is the facilitator. First is the package, second is the facilitator, third is the socializer. So what do you mean by socializer? If the environment is good, if the equipments are good, what happens? You tend to speak to people nicely because you are happy. Your emotions are, you show a calm, contented, and happy kind of feeling. So you are socializing much more than if it is, if you are not that happy or if you are not that contented basically. So it helps in socializing. You speak to the service provider in a better way. You speak to fellow customers if a chance is there. So that helps in the socializing work. It helps in the role of a, it has a role of a socializer. First is a package, second is facilitator, third is socializer. And the last one is differentiator. This is very much important. If you are having too many competitors who are providing the same kind of service, the service keep works as a differentiator. So in many places, in restaurants only you take, yeah, if you go to a few kind of restaurants, different kind of setting will be there. That makes you remember it. Like a village setting is there, so you find it very rarely, right? So if you go, you have the feel of a village, entering into a village. The people also dress themselves like villagers. They provide you with all the village stuff over there. You can see the setup of a village. Or there is a like kind of a jail restaurant, for example. So the waiters are dressed like the prison inmates. The supervisor is dressed like a police guy who is there, or a warden we call. So and the setting is kind of a jail environment where you are having the doors in kind of cell gates and all. So you are sitting there and you are getting the feel of the jail over there. Okay, you are sitting inside a jail and having. So that is what is a differentiator. So all the restaurants are there, and these kind of setups make this particular kind of service providers different. That is what is differentiator. First is the package, second is facilitator, third is socializer, and the fourth one is the differentiator. So the roles of servicescape, four different things. It works as a package. It helps in better understanding or better satisfaction of the customer. It helps in getting socialized to speak, to communicate and all with the employees as well as the other customers. And the last is it works as a differentiator from your competitors. Okay. Next is framework for understanding servicescape efforts on behavior. So we are looking the effect of whatever you see, feel, and touch in whatever place you are going, and how it is affecting your behavior. So first thing, if you see what is given, the underlying framework. So what is it? The framework for understanding servicescape effects on behavior follows from basic stimulus organism response theory. So what is this stimulus organism response theory? So first I'll take you to your school days where there was a example given of a touch me not plant. So what is a touch me not plant? If you touch it, the leaves curl themselves. So in this we'll explain what is stimulus. The thing what you are touching, the touch is your stimulus. The organism is the plant basically, and the response is it curling its leaves. It is the response. So the similar theory works here. What it is? The stimulus, organism, and response theory, right? The framework for understanding we already seen. In the framework, the multidimensional environment is the stimulus. So the multi-dimensional environment is the stimulus. Why we call it as a multi-dimensional? Because we are having light, we are having at times we are having music, we are having different things we are feeling and touching. So it is called as multi-dimensional. Okay, consumers and the employees are the organisms. So there, in my example, the organism was the plant. In the service framework, the employees as well as the customers are the organisms that respond to the stimuli, and behaviors directed at the environment are the responses. By seeing the environment, the way you behave is the response. So what is stimulus? The stimulus is the environment in which you are there. We call it as multi-dimensional environment, and the organism would be the customers and the employees, and the response would be the way the organism behaves in the particular setting. Okay, that is what is the stimulus organism response theory. So I can give you an example also. Okay, so what is the example? You think in a normal setting, you are sitting in your classroom in a college, and you have a break for certain minutes or half an hour or so. You are having a break before the next class. You are going out, okay, and there is a stall which is set up outside your college, okay, where you can see very good painting, art, and other elements are there, as well as he is baking something. That means he is preparing something, and you are hungry. You can smell whatever he is baking over there. Okay, so what happens? You are hungry already, you are having a class next, you are having few minutes of break. So what you will do, because it is looking very good from far away, as well as you can smell whatever he is doing, right? The design and the aroma are the two elements of the service scape that you are feeling now. So what happens is you are being dragged there, or you are being attracted to that particular stall because you are hungry, right? The fun design, the design or the setup over there, the fun design and the delicious smell cause you to feel happy, relaxed, and hungry at the same time. So all the feelings are there at the same time. That is, you are feeling happy, relaxed, and hungry. Okay, you are attracted to the setup outside, and you decide to buy whatever he is cooking there. Okay, and the movement, if you see the movement towards the cart and the purchase of whatever he is cooking are the behaviors directed at the service scale. So what was the behavior? You saw it, you liked it, as well as the smell was there, and you were hungry as well. So it intensified that particular feeling. You felt happy, you felt relaxed, as well as you felt more hungry because of the smell. So it drove you, and it made you to buy that particular product or whatever he is cooking there. So depending upon, next you are going there, you are buying it, you are starting to eat. So what you do at that time, if you are having a few minutes extra, you start talking to the vendor over there. So when was this setup, what are you doing, so what other stuff you have in your setup here. So you start speaking to him as well as the fellow customers at times. Okay, if you are free over there, if you are having time while eating, you are speaking to the person who is providing you the food or the stall owner, as well as the other customers who come there. They might be your friends or your other fellow friends, okay, in the college. So this is one of the things. So why the service scape is important? You saw, you smelled it, you went there, you had your whatever was made, then you started speaking, socializing. Okay, so we saw some of the things there, right? Socializing was one of it. So you speak to the customers, you speak to the vendors, and you enjoy your food. Okay, remember this particular instance. So we'll be using it in the next slides as well. Okay, so framework. Okay, so you can see a particular table here. Different tables are there and different things are there. So we'll start with the right hand side. Okay, we'll start with the right hand side. So what is there on the right hand side? Right hand side is the behavior. So human behavior is influenced by the physical setting. We just saw with the example, you saw, you smelt it, and you just went over there. So you are influenced, your behavior was influenced by the physical setting. You saw it is looking good, okay, you went there, and your behavior was to buy that particular product. So previously, somewhere around in 1960s, psychologists largely ignored the effect of the physical setting. So they ignored if it is looking good or bad on the behavior of the customer. So later on, it became evident that yes, if it is looking good, if the physical things are very well maintained and in a appealing way, yes, the behavior of the customer or the person who is looking at them would be being attracted towards it, as well as the behavior would be buying the products whatever is being sold by the particular physical setting. Individual behaviors. So behavior, under that the first block is individual behavior, and the last block under behavior is also individual behavior. Why the two blocks are there? Because if you come back, if you see the line where we are having customer responses, so here we are having two people, right? Two persons are there, one is the employee and the other is the customer. So even employee has a behavior and even customer has a behavior. So what are the behaviors we are having? Affiliation, that means you want to go over there and have a affiliation there. So if you see something good, you want to explore what it is, why it is here. So I hope you can see in the example that you saw something and you wanted to go and eat. The stimulus was there, even the smell was there. Then if the environment was good, you stayed longer there. Okay, if you had time, you stayed longer over there. And next is commitment. Okay, from the employee side I'm talking, commitment. Yes, everything is good, he's committed towards the customer to provide better service. And whatever things he's doing over there in that particular stall, he has a plan. So all the things cannot be done at a time, so he'll plan something based on the orders, based on the people, based on the footsteps. So all these things, he will be having a plan and he carries out. So coming to the customer response, again he is
Sir,
attracted. Yeah.
sir, your voice quality is low.
So can you listen? Can you hear now properly?
Yes,
Okay, fine. So from the customer's response point of view, the individual behavior would be attraction. Seeing it, you are going there, stay, bar, explore. You are looking into different options. What is providing? You are staying there. You are spending money. If you are buying something, you are spending money, and you return back. If you feel good, you are coming back and carry out your activities. So if you are having classes there on a daily basis, you plan out things. So I'm having so many classes, in between I'm having so much of break, can I go there or no, or am I doing any particular work in the break or no? So you also plan things and go and have your food if it is a food stall, as in the example. Okay, so this is the behavior of the customer. Okay, next moving to the internal responses. So what are internal responses? So internal responses, we are having three types. That is, one is cognitive, emotional, and psychological. So cognitive, if you see, so what are cognitive things? So this is cognitive action. So I'm keeping the same slide. Actually, I have some things ahead also. The same things are there, the behaviors and service scape, the environment and dimensions. Okay, so I'll keep
sir.
this. Yeah,
Sir, same problem. Voice is not clearly audible, sir.
same. I'm not able to hear you. There is a lot of disturbance.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, what did you tell me?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, the same.
Sir, your voice is not clearly audible, sir.
Okay, what about now?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, sir.
Okay, so now it is good.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Okay, good. So I was talking about the cognitive responses. So cognitive responses in terms of environment. So it is environment and cognition. The servicescape can be viewed as a form of non-verbal communication, imparting meaning through what is called as object language. Okay, so if you see something, it is communicating, it is appealing. So the signages, the way the decoration is done outside, it is communicating something. Okay, it is communicating, it is called as non-verbal communication. Nobody is telling you to go over there. So you see it, there is a kind of a non-verbal communication which is called as object language. Okay, it is called as object language. For example, particular environmental cues such as the type of office furniture, the decor, and the apparel worn by the people, okay, has a effect and beliefs on whether it is the person is successful, expensive, or trustworthy. So these all feelings come to you by looking at particular things. Okay, this is cognitive. Inside you, all these things are going on. That is, whether you can believe him or not, whether you can categorize different things are there or not. Is there a particular symbolic meaning to all the things that is being kept over there or arranged in a particular format? So all these things will be going inside you, happening inside you without your knowledge. Okay, and the next one is environment and emotional. So I'll use environment everywhere because environmental and cognitive, environmental and emotional. So what is this? Just being in a particular place can make a person feel happy, light-hearted, and relaxed, whereas being in another place makes the same person feel sad, depressed, and gloomy. The very colors, decor, music, and other elements of the environment in which the customer is can bring on immediate feeling of fear or anxiety also. Okay, so this everything happens very subconsciously, and the people of and the mood of the people may change. Okay, and based on the setting, the attitude also will change. Okay, the lighting, whatever I said, the lighting, the decor, the music, and all these things make a person happy or sad. Okay, so in movies at times you are very happy, you are laughing, and in the same movie you start crying in some of the situations. Why? The stimuluses are more. That means you are looking at something and you are hearing a certain kind of music. That's why I call it as a happy feeling wala song and a patho song. Patho song is somebody died or the heroine left the hero or something like that. So you start crying at particular time of incident over there. So all these things are very important. Your mood and attitude changes accordingly with the setting. The music changed and you started feeling a different emotion. Your attitude towards that particular thing changed again. Okay, so this is the environment and the emotional thing. And the last one, environment and psychology or psychological things. Okay, what happens here? So for example, if the noise is too loud, okay, it may cause you physical discomfort. You feel, yeah, I'm getting a lot of sound here, I'm feeling irritated, let's move from here. Okay, at times physical discomfort. If the temperature in the room, it may cause you shiver. If it is very low, you may directly shiver there, or you may perspirate in the sense you may start sweating if the temperature is high. Okay, and the air quality, you may have difficulty in breathing, or you may get that fresh air abundantly so that you feel very good. Okay, and even the lighting, if the lighting is very less, okay, you may not see much of the things. If the light is very bright, okay, you feel a kind of pain in your eyes. Okay, so all these physical responses may be in turn directly influence whether the people stay in and enjoy a particular environment, or they stay there for a very less period of time and move away. Okay, so all these things, the physical environment can make a person sit there or move or go away very fast or very quickly. So in some places, I'll give you an example. So you might know CCD, Cafe Coffee Day. So in most of these cities, what they do is they have a meeting over there. The ambience is such and the privacy given is such that distance between two tables are more. So instead of putting 5 or 10 tables, they go for 3, 4, or 5 tables only. Why is that? They want to give people that particular privacy. So many meetings happen, many interviews happen. So in the small scale, the startups and all, people call for interviews in a cafe coffee day or somewhere like that. Small meetings also happen in cafe coffee day. So why this happens, or in a Starbucks setting? Why this happens? The ambience is good. Even they allow you to sit for hours together on a table. They don't bother unless you order something. You sit sipping a coffee for hours together, and they will not come and disturb you. Even they'll give you the Wi-Fi password as well to use, which is free of cost. So just check psychology how it works. So if it is a loud sound or a very bright light, you might feel pain. Your ears start paining, your eyes start paining. Comfort. It is a light music or a good environment, music is that you feel very comfortable there. And movement. Something is moving very fast here, there, and all. Some people may feel nauseous when something movement is. And last is physical fit. Whether whatever is there is fitting, or it is helping the customer to feel whatever the way you intend for that particular person to feel. Okay, so whether that is there or not. That is why I gave you the example of cafe coffee. People go there, sit, they think, because they feel calm, cool, happy. Why? Because there is something to drink and eat if you are hungry or thirsty. That is there. Plus, your work is also being done. Most people tend to go there, sit, do their work, and come back. Okay, so this is internal responses. Again, this is on top as well as the bottom. You see here it is on top here as well as bottom. Why? Because again, two kinds of people. One is employees and the other is customers. So it is same for both because both are human beings. The people who are providing employees as well as the customers who are getting that particular service taken. So both for them it is internal responses as well as it is internal for customers as well as the employees. I hope you understood this, the behavior and the internal responses. Next, going to the other stuff, if you see what it is, we are having environmental dimensions of the service scheme. So, what all are there? The ambient conditions, the spatial layout and functionality, the sign symbols and artifacts. Again, going back to the table, if you see the left most corner, if you see physical environment dimensions. So we just saw in psychological things, the responses, how it is. So all come under there. That is ambient conditions. What are ambient conditions? Ambient, in the sense, if nothing is going on, what will the conditions be? Ambient. So that is called as ambient conditions. What is the temperature? So what kind of air quality you are having? So more air is there, less is there, air is there, it is more oxygenated, less oxygenated. So all these things have an effect on the customer. Next is noise. So if you are going for a pub, the way the music put over there is different than in a family restaurant. So family restaurant there is a light and soothing music. In pub, there the music is having too many beats and the sound is also the sound or the volume is also very high in pub. So that is the noise and music, the odor, the way you smell it. So if you go to a hospital, you understand that yes, I am in a hospital. Why? Because it gives you the feeling of that particular odor. That odor gives you the feeling of being in a hospital. If you go to a restaurant, you smell the things what is being put over there, and you get a feeling that you are hungry, right? And so on. So these all are the ambient conditions. Next comes space bar function. How the layout is made, whether it is easy or no. So at times you can see you feel difficulty in getting some things done. Why? Because it is not put properly in places. So the layout is also very very much important. So if each and everything is scattered, you need to go and find for each and everything. It is very difficult. So that layout is not very good. Next comes the equipment, whether the equipment are good or not. So in many places, my experience I tell you, if you order a soup, okay, a bowl is there and a spoon is there. Okay, soup spoon they call it. Okay, so some places it is very easy to have with the spoon they have provided, and some restaurants or some places it is very difficult. You feel it, but you see that particular spoon. Yes, it is a spoon where it is used to have soups only, but still you feel uncomfortable with some of the kind of spoons. So why it is? Because it is not ergonomically made. It is not properly made basically to have to hold it somewhere, some of the problems. So if you are not be able to hold it properly, or it is spilling out while if you are taking it and trying to drink, so the equipment should be proper. The furnishing should be good. The tables, the chairs, and all the other stuff should be good. If you go to a theater, seating should be very good because everything is almost like before the start of the movie, everything becomes dark. It should be good. There should not be anything pointy which is hurting you or something. So everything should be good. The furnishings should be good. The spatial things we are having layout, equipment, and furnishings. The last one is signs, symbols, and artifacts. What are these signs in the sense signage? So where what is there? So drinking water this side, like sitting area this side, toilets and other stuff this side. So the signages are there. Where what is there? Okay, utility area. So all these signages, if they are properly made, the directions are put where you are getting what. So if you go to a store, like for example a supermarket or a hypermarket, it is very big. So there are too many signages put. Okay, this alley, that alley, these products, that products, and even they are having off discount signages also. 10% discount, 20% discount, buy two get one free, buy three get two free. So all these things are put over there for your convenience. So these are called as signages. Next, personal artifacts. So some things are kept over there. Like for example, if you see, it's not personal rental, but in terms of artifacts, and if you go to a particular store, some things would be kept there. Okay, some bamboo artifacts are there, some kind of idols are there. So which will give you a certain kind of effect mentally as well as physically. Next is style of decor, the way the decoration is done. You are using flowers, you are using artificial you are having a fountain effect, you are having a photographer effect. So all these things, these effects, the way the decor is, will also have a too much of behavioral changes in the customer. So these kind of settings are done to have a particular kind of feeling on the customer. So I hope the framework is very clear. First is the behavior, what kind of behavior you are having, and one thing I just left under behavior, the second one social interactions. What is the social interaction? You are having interaction between the customers and the other customers and the employees. Again, the example that I took.
Hello, sir. Your voice is very low.
How about now? Can you hear?
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Can you hear me, students?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Sir, voice is very low.
So, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Now it's fine.
Okay. We are about to end actually. The last thing which I had left is the social interactions, which is between the customers and other customers and the customers and employees. So these are the only things which was left, and all others we have covered. So we are having behaviors, what kind of behavior you are having, individual behavior from the employee side and the customer side. Then we are having internal responses, that is environment and cognitive, environment and emotional, environmental and psychological for both employees as well as customers. Next, the physical environment dimensions, that is the ambient conditions, the temperature, air quality, noise, music, odor, and so on. And the space bar function, whether the layout is good, the equipments are proper, and it is properly furnished or not. Then the last one is signs, symbols, and artifacts. So what are these? We are having signages where signboards are put. like stating what is it or where to go for a certain thing. Then personal artifacts, it is kind of a fountain setting, you are having some idols kept over there where it is giving a certain kind of a feeling to the customer. Then the style and decor, the way the decoration is done, the lighting is done. So all these things are very much important for understanding the framework of the relations between the physical environment and the service organizations, where the service organizations are providing a certain way for the customers to be feeling their particular ambience. Okay, so that is what is called as the framework. For this particular framework is giving you the setup where a particular customer comes in, takes or have that particular service done, and he is leaving. So the same thing are here with the layout. I explained all the things here. Okay, so this ends module 6 as well. We have officially completed the module 6 as well as your entire syllabus for services marketing. Okay, any questions here, students? Anyone, any questions in module 6? So in the coming classes, we'll go for revision of all the chapters as and when we are having the upcoming classes. So any doubts or any issues in whatever we covered for today?
No,
No.
sir.
No, right? Yeah, thank you very much. So shall I end the class?
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, students.
Thank you, sir.